comic is a very special person. She actually helped found this show tonight. That's what she said. Please welcome to the stage the wonderful and well-dressed Brooks.
Happy New Year! So, I'm a Jew. I don't know if you could tell. I'm a matzah muncher. I'm a member of the tribe. And I'm proud of it and happy about it. And close personal relative of Barbara Streisand. Okay, no, maybe not. But Babs, get on 23andMe. Let's check it out. The dream is alive. The thing that is not alive is my mother, my Jewish mother. She is dead, but it's okay, it's okay. When you have a Jewish mother, they never actually die. They haunt you for the rest of your life. It's kind of like this. Sweetheart, you look pregnant in that. Darling, you're wasting your talent. Cookie, why didn't you write Twilight? Last one, true, really happened. So my mom was not right about a lot of things, but one thing she was right about was that it was important for me to be a bat mitzvah girl, to get bat mitzvah. Who here has been to a bat mitzvah or bar mitzvah? Okay, so this is like the Jewish Olympics, right? People at a preternaturally young age, they pump you with these Hebrew steroids, and you are going to school, you're learning, you're studying, you gotta do it, and then you're 13, and then at like your most awkward period ever, such as, let's see this. You get to stand in front of every person that you know, your friends, your family, and perform. And there's no backing out. You cannot back out of this thing. You're on it. I mean, I think the whole thing is you're supposed to be an adult because you can read from the Torah, but you're really an adult because you're shitting your pants and you're not showing it, basically. Yeah. So, when you have this event, there's a speech part of it. And generally, it depends on the synagogue, it can be connected to the Torah or Haftorah portion that you've read that day. However, a lot of these portions have to do with things like penile discharge, bestiality, animal sacrifice. So at my synagogue, they're like, you can give a speech on whatever. And I was like, great. So I basically came up with this very, very heretical bat mitzvah speech, like every bat mitzvah, no to man. And I was very naive about this. I was like, I'm just going to talk about my thoughts. And then a week before you do a practice, and I had 2 kids that I was doing it with, and we do this practice. And afterwards, the rabbi asked to speak with me and my mom, and brings us into another room and says, one of the families is really disturbed about your speech, and they asked that we not give it. And I just remember looking at my mom, and I could just see the wheels turning in her head. And she's someone, on one hand, who was really about propriety in a lot of ways, but on the other hand, she could just be like, fuck it. So I did not know what was going to happen. And then she's just quiet, and then all of a sudden, she just slams her hand on the table, and she goes, my daughter will give her bat mitzvah speech. Yes. Okay, so this speech has been foggy in my mind. I mean, I obviously gave it in 1982, but I didn't remember all the details until now. I got an audio version of this speech, and prepared to share some of these highlights of this speech with you tonight. Who would like to hear some of my So, first you need to know what I sound like, which is, I sound like a very large gay balloon letting out its air very, very quickly. Let's hear cut 1.
One day, Rabbi Abraham and I, mostly I, were discussing our thoughts on religion.
Okay, so that's a good start. this rabbi to myself. But I'm going to be the one who's going to be talking to the rabbi. Mostly I hear. I don't need to hear from her. Why would I? Now, she may have been quiet because the thesis of my speech, which we will hear next, could have startled her into silence. Let's hear cut 2.
I also believe the Torah is a fictional story which teaches us more.
So, basically, I'm calling bullshit on the whole thing. I'm like, truly, my own Bat Mitzvah. And like most trolls, I'm very, very confident. Okay, so let's hear cut 3.
I also believe that the world was created by a mysterious chemical reaction and not by a person.
Dude, I had not even tried weed at this point. I don't know where this came from, but I like to think that the universe was created by the sweat of a Bat Mitzvah girl in another like universe somewhere else. They came through a black hole and created us. Yeah. All right, so, when we talk about the youth, we hope that they're hopeful about the future, that they have a positive view of the future. But what you heard from me in 1982 is this. Play it.
I think that when we die, that there's no heaven above or hell below, just earth.
Part of me hopes that a weird chemical reaction occurred and Trent Reznor was in his basement playing with his gizmos and just something came to him through a chemical reaction and it was my Bat Mitzvah speech and it inspired him. I hope so. Alright. Okay, so I do have obviously some predictions for the future in this speech. Somehow, some way, I knew that in my midlife, I would aspire to be a schmaltzy, borscht belty stand-up comedian. And you'll get a taste of that right here. Play that.
But there is another side, and that's the good side. One thing I like about being Jewish is matzo ball soup, lots of bagels, and swimsuits.
Yes! Nailed it! Now, this next one, when you're empowered with this very, very captive audience, what is there next to do but perhaps rewrite the 10 Commandments, which I attempted to do, and this next one. Let's hear this.
I like the 10 Commandments, so I think that some of them should be updated with the times. For example, the commandment which tells us not to take the name of God in vain. This one doesn't seem so important to me anymore, because everyone says amen when they get angry. However, the 10 Commandments add a very important direction to our lives, such as thou shalt not kill and steal. These teach us how to conduct our lives in a good manner.
However, I actually think I was onto something with this. I think we should rewrite the 10 Commandments, right? I think they should go something like, thou shalt not be one of these Portland people who proudly says they don't have a television and then spends all weekend binge watching Netflix on the laptop. Thou shalt not be that cis straight lady who just sighs and says, my life would be so much easier if I was gay. And this last one is really important. Can we see the next photo? Okay, the last one is, thou shalt not corner the Bat Mitzvah girl at the reception while she's trying to eat a fried shrimp, even though shrimp is not kosher. But I'm enjoying it, so give me the cash envelope and let's get going.